Thought I would just relax tonight and enjoy some Super Mario 64, one of my favorite games of all time. Let's check it out. And there he is, Super Mario.
Super Mario 64 was released on June 23rd of 1996 for the Nintendo 64. It's a 3D platformer with a single objective. Mario must traverse through Peach's castle and rescue her from Bowser. In order to beat the game, Mario must collect 120 stars and beat Bowser a total of 3 times. With a variety of movement mechanics in the game and potential for glitches, speedrunning became inevitable. Before getting into the specifics, let me define what a speedrun is. Speedrunning is completing the game in the shortest time possible. There are restrictions for some games, such as beating the game without glitches, but in this case, we don't need to worry about that. Super Mario 64 has 5 different categories when it comes to speedrunning. 120 star, 70 star, 16 star, 1 star, and 0 star. For these runs, we'll be looking at the 16 star category, in which runners will only need to collect 16 stars in order to beat the game. The reason for doing 16 star is that 120 and 70 star runs ban many of the glitches used in the 16 star run, so the majority of those runs are playing through the game in the quickest way possible. So to be able to show a decent amount of glitches as well as different areas of the game, 16 star run is the best category to show. Before showing the progress of 16 star runs, I'll explain the glitches that the runners will be using to achieve faster times. The starter bridge skip. On the beginning bridge of the game, there's a trigger on the bridge that will spark a conversation with Lakitu, the floating cloud guy. Around the edge of the bridge, however, there are spots that Mario is able to jump across and skip this cutscene, saving a couple seconds. Bob-Omb Battlefield Gate Glitch. In order to access the other levels in the game, we must get 1 star from Bob-Omb Battlefield first. For clarity, Mario goes into levels through paintings. The easiest star to get in the first level is behind the Champions gate. The intentional way would be to ground pound on his post 3 times, triggering the gate to open. However, a mechanic in the game allows Mario to pick up a bomb while it's exploding. Mario picking up the bomb in the middle of the explosion will prolong it. During this process, the bomb will constantly push Mario back, allowing Mario to phase through the gate upon throwing the bomb. Mario is then able to capture the first star needed for the run. The rest of the stars in the run involve a lot of cool movement that takes hours of practice to master, but there are still a few glitches that allow for quicker star captures. Womp's Fortress Cannonless. Next, we usually go to Womp's Fortress since there's a lot of stars we can get relatively quickly here. 1 star in particular requires Mario to hop into a cannon and slam against a wall to unveil a star. But instead of doing this, we're able to capture the star without going into the cannon at all. Mario is able to completely skip this by falling into the wall in a very precise way. When this clip was discovered, it was proven to be very difficult and would end many runs. As runners have improved, setups have been created for the clip to constantly allow for runners to perform it more consistently. The Mips clip. Mips is a rabbit that spawns in the basement of the castle after capturing 15 stars. When Mario catches Mips in the basement, he rewards Mario with a star. However, this won't be the 16th star that we need for the run. Instead of grabbing the star, the runner will grab Mips. Mips has a bit of an odd hitbox compared to other objects in the game, so we use this to glitch Mario through the door. For the first door, Mario needs to place Mips right in the corner of the door. If done correctly, this will cause Mips to teleport slightly into the wall. The game pushes Mips out of the wall behind Mario, which then pushes Mario into the door. Mario can then grab Mips while in the door and take him through the door with him. Upon reaching the second door, Mario can perform the same maneuver and glitch through the door. The reason that this clip is done is because normally the second door Mario glitches through requires the player to have 50 stars. By using Mips to glitch through the door, we're able to bypass this and go through with only 15. The final technique used in these runs are BLJs. Backwards long jumping, or BLJs, allow for Mario to gain an increasing amount of negative speed while jumping backwards. After a long jump, you get an initial boost of speed. In certain situations, like stairs, you're able to do a long jump without ever leaving the ground, allowing for Mario to chain long jumps together. The game caps the speed at which Mario can long jump, however there is no cap to how much negative speed Mario can gain. By backwards long jumping onto a staircase and mashing the A button, Mario is able to gain a substantial amount of speed. Upon reaching the final steps to the last Bowser fight, Mario must get through a 120 star door. By using BLJs, Mario is able to clip straight through the door because of how quickly he's moving. The last obstacle Mario must get through is the infinite staircase. On the stairs leading up to the final Bowser fight, if Mario does not have enough stars to enter, he will go up the stairs forever. By using BLJs yet again, Mario is able to break through this looping portion of the stairs and enter the final Bowser stage. Now that we've covered all the glitches in the game, we can get to the actual runs. Throughout the history of the 16-star speedruns, there were 3 runners constantly competing against each other. Those runners are Aki, Dowski, and Luigi. For the past 2 years, all 3 of these runners have been competing against each other for a faster and faster time. These runners have put hundreds of hours into the game already and have mastered certain segments of the runs, but doing some of the glitches as quickly as possible could prove to be very difficult. It was a matter of mastering these different glitches and getting the best possible time for each segment in one run. At the time of April in 2018, the record sat at 15 minutes and 24 seconds. This was an interesting time in the speedrunning community. Runners were getting more consistent in their runs and were constantly improving in their personal best score, and in some cases, they achieved world records. The world record at this time was set by Luigi, who had managed to cut off 7 seconds from the previous world record. Cutting off more and more seconds proved to be very difficult as players were getting better, so a 7-second improvement was huge at the time. Many runs would end up BLJs, however. They can be finicky and result in resetting a run. Luigi was on good pace already and managed to slam through his BLJs. He managed to get through the first stairs on the first jump and ended up saving 9 seconds for the segment, resulting in his world record. With this amount of time cut off for the world record, runners were starting to believe that a sub 15 minute run may be possible, despite believing that no runner could get under 15 minutes. Players were already playing their best and were only improving slightly upon certain segments of the run, so many believed that a time under 15 minutes wouldn't be possible. Just a few months later, Aki was able to get a 15:08 time, another 9 seconds cut off of the world record. Players were getting more consistent in their respective segments and slowly closing the gap. After Aki's world record, it went quiet for a little while. Runners kept playing, but the community and some of the runners themselves felt like getting the time that low wouldn't be possible. About a year passed, and then Dowski came into play. At the beginning of one of Dowski's runs, he uses a bit of a different strategy than the other runners. He clipped through one of the walls in the main room and is able to do a BLJ on a small area inside of a wall, allowing him to go straight into the first Bowser fight, which can save a decent amount of time if the other segments are done well. He manages saving 7 seconds on the MIPS clip and finishes his run with a 15:04, an additional 4 seconds cut off of the world record yet again. This sparked inspiration in many of the runners who thought a sub 15 may not be possible, and resulted in them perfecting their runs yet again. Within the next few months, many runners put their efforts all into achieving a sub 15 run, and in doing so sparked a lot of the community to get into speedrunning as well. Towards the beginning of 2020, Twitch, a live streaming platform, saw a huge increase on streamers doing Super Mario 64 speedruns. Streamers such as Mizkif and Ludwig practiced the strats for the run and would pull around 20,000 to 25,000 viewers each stream. The popularity for Super Mario 64 speedruns was skyrocketing and encouraged Aki and Dowski to get the sub 15. Aki was way ahead of the game at the time and was streaming his runs non-stop every day and was getting closer and closer. During the month of May this year, many people were expecting the sub 15 from Aki very soon. And for Aki's channel that usually averaged 2,000 viewers, he hit 30,000 peak viewers in May. People were waiting to see history in the speedrunning community happen until May 10th, 2020. On one of Aki's runs, he was able to save several seconds during MIPS, the 15th star, and BLJs after already improving on it a ton. His pace was fantastic, and with the time saved, it looked like it could be possible. Aki had finally entered the final Bowser fight. Viewers began to see history in the making. Aki had finally gotten the sub 15 run that so many viewers had been anticipating. With nearly almost 30,000 live viewers, Aki had done the impossible. Super Mario 64 speedruns opened many people's eyes and influenced so many people to try to run the game themselves. Communities came together and continue to do so today, as one of the most influential games in the speedrunning community continues to strive.